Thanksgiving. It's an exciting day today, and first of all, I am so proud. I wanted to show off my Hmong food wall art. 2 weeks ago, on the video that I put up for all of you to view when I cooked the Hmong food meal, my intention on that video is to create a Hmong food wall art for my dining room. So I have moved into this home over 2 years, and I've been looking for a wall art containing Hmong food that I can identify myself being a Hmong person. However, there is nothing suit my desire or suit my needs out there on the market. There are many other ethnic foods, but Hmong food like this, I could not find any. So finally, 2 weeks ago, I've decided that no more searching. I am going to cook my own Hmong food, create my own wall art for my dining room. So here it is. And so as you could see the Hmong meal here, white rice is a staple in all of the Hmong meals. Whether we eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner, we must have white rice on the table for everyone. That is a must. Therefore, with today's demonstration, a skill that every Hmong man and woman should know how to steam white rice. With today's technology, most of us with our hectic lifestyle, we tend to make our rice using the rice cooker. But the skill how to steam white rice is a must to know how. And so I am hoping today's video will give you some insight as you are learning how to steam white rice. Note that, as I mentioned before, Hmong food, we tend to cook without an exact measurement. So today's demonstration on making this white rice, I am not going to do any measurement of how many cups water, how many cups rice. So with today's technique, I believe that if you follow what I demonstrate today, whether you're making just a little rice or a lot of rice, you'll be able to do it. So please join me at my kitchen sink as we are going to make the white rice that every meal we eat at our Hmong homes. Let's begin by soaking the rice. This is regular jasmine rice. This can be soaked in 2 ways. First of all, if you are planning to steam the rice the next morning, you need to soak the rice overnight prior to going to bed, and then the next morning it's ready to be steamed. Secondly, if you need to cook this rice for a meal during the day and it cannot be soaked overnight, then this rice can be soaked for 3 to 4 hours prior to steam, and it would yield the same result for you as well. So I turn the water on and I just take my hands and kind of like wash the rice, okay? Like wash the rice. And then I like to pour out the rice water the first time, wash the second time, pour out the rice water again. Generally, I do about 3 washes because I like to pour out as much rice water as possible to soak the rice in as clear water as I can get. That's just my personal preference. Some people just wash it 1 time. Me, I pour out 3 times. 4th time here, this is what I'm going to keep to soak the rice. Okay. During the soaking process, the rice is going to increase in volume. Therefore, it's important that you soak the rice with more water than the rice. Whether you're making a small batch like I do here or making rice for a large event. To determine how much water you need to soak the rice, as a rule of thumb for myself, I use my finger, stick down my finger until I touch the rice. That is 1 finger size, up to here. It's how much water I am leaving in this bowl to soak the rice. It's always best to have more water soaking the rice rather than you run out of water and you're coming back to add. So it's always safer to have more water. So we're just gonna let the rice soak here. It's during the day. I'm going to let it soak for about 3 to 4 hours, and then we'll be back to steam it. Let's prepare the steamer. and I like to spray some Pam onto a piece of paper towel and wrap the bottom and the side of the steamer. The reason is that will make the rice not stick to the bottom and easier to wash after I cook the rice. So just wrap it to the bottom and to the side. And then the rice here, I've been soaking this rice for a few hours, about 4 hours already. Just gonna pour in the rice into the steamer. Okay. And then take your hand, level off the rice in the steamer here. I'm only making a little for my family, so it's not full to the steamer. And then tilt the steamer, because you see all that rice water. You want to tilt the steamer to make sure all those rice water have been drained out before steam the rice. This is the steamer. I must bring the water to boil before I set the steamer of rice on. As I set the steamer to steam the rice for the first round, I also want to have a separate pot of water to boil here. This is a very crucial part because I will be using this hot water to mix with the rice so that the rice is soft. And the water here, I don't want to bring it to boil. I'm just going to boil the water until I see tiny bubbles forming at the bottom of the pot. And that is hot enough for me to use. 15 minutes it's up, steaming the first round of the rice, and then the water here. You could see there's bubble forming at the bottom, so I'm turning off heat. I don't want the water to boil. So this is a very crucial part to pay attention to. Going to pour the rice into the bowl here in the sink. Now I'm adding the hot water. The hot water is going to be more than the rice, and this is a very important part. Okay, hot water will be more than the rice. And then quickly mix the rice in the water. This process, we can only soak the rice with the hot water for 3 to 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes, because if we soak the rice in the hot water for more than the 5 minutes, after we finish cooking the rice, we are going to see the grain of the rice broken, and the rice would not be as tasty and look pretty. So that is the reason why only soak the rice here for between 3 to 5 minutes. Khó của hai từ nói tia trong bao cho mỏ nó nhớ trong tờ bê đồ chỉ là thì xứ mà giờ chỉ trong bao cha chỉ là thì nó cho khỏi con bao cha chỉ là thì kể cho mỏ nó thọ có chú tàu chèn nữa tu play nữa chỉ trong câu thế chỉ cho cá nữa. Okay, the rice and hot water have been soaked together for 4 minutes and so. So I am going to pour out the excess hot water here before putting it into the steamer. Just pour it out. You have the option of pouring this in a colander, pouring all this rice in a colander to drain and then pour the rice back into the steamer. But since I don't make much, I only make a little, I'm just gonna pour it out and then pour it into the steamer, and we'll let it drain in the steamer. But when you make a lot, please use a colander to help drain the rice. That way you can cook the rice properly. The rice will remain firm and nice but soft. Okay, tilt the steamer like this, let the water drain out, because if you don't, and if there's excess water remain at the bottom of the steamer, the result is after you steam the rice is going to be smooshy and not tasty. As a rule of thumb, before putting this to steam the second round, take the spatula, okay, move the rice around like this in the steamer. And to make sure they don't stick to the bottom, that's the whole reason. If you don't take the spatula to move the rice before steam, you may have difficulty not getting steam coming out of the steamer, and the rice may not cook properly because it's wet, it's mushy at the bottom. That's the whole reason. All right, the second round here, I'm going to steam again 15 minutes. You don't want to overcook the rice, so just another 15 minutes, then the rice is fully cooked. To prepare fluffing the rice, I am using a wicker platter here, and I like to spray some Pam on here, just, gently wipe the bottom and the side of the wicker. This would help to prevent the rice sticking onto the wicker, and that would make it easier to clean and wash afterward. Already 15 minutes up, so the rice is ready. Okay, just pour it into the wicker. Okay, and then take my spatula. I'm going to fluff the rice. Okay, just gently fluff the rice and let it cool a bit before I serve it. The rice is nicely made. The grain of the rice is not broken. It's a whole grain. That's very nice. Going to take a sample just in my palms here. Okay, take a sample. I'm gonna eat it. Perfectly made. The rice is soft yet firm and not mushy. Very delicious, perfectly made. One other thing I want to demonstrate in this video is today it's very common when we eat outdoor or we have an event outdoor. Some people even having an event indoor, they prefer their rice to be baked in a sandwich bag. This is a snack bag. Some people use a snack bag like this or a sandwich bag. So when I fluff the rice here on my wicker platter, I am going to let it cool for about 10 to 15 minutes before I can feel comfortable to bake them into this bag. So never bake the rice while it's hot and while it's warm, because it's unhealthy from using the plastic bags. All right, I have occasionally come back to fluff the rice, and it has been cool for about 12-13 minutes now. So I am going to bake a few. And because this is a very tiny snack bag, when baking the rice, I like to use a smaller spatula. Okay, so just take the spatula, scoop the rice, and put it in the bag. I don't like to bake a lot. For outdoor events, for picnics, I like to bake less, and if individuals want to have more, they can always come back for a second or a third. Once you have the rice in the bag, do not push or squeeze. Just very gentle, okay, very gentle, mold the rice. And this is about how much I would bake. You have a cooler available, so right after you bake the rice, you put in the cooler until serving time, then you take it out from the cooler to put on a platter to serve. That way you'll be able to keep the temperature of the rice warm in the cooler. Now it's serving time for me. I am going to take a bowl and add water. Add water into my rice. This is so delicious. Jasmine rice. Jasmine. Okay. Let's have lunch. My white rice. It's a must to have at the table. Looking delicious. And I don't have any meat today, and I'm just going to have my rice with chili peppers. No meat today. Okay. This is my chili pepper that I pounded in the mortar. And this is some cucumbers, cilantro from my garden, unspiked culantro from the garden, mint from the garden, pea tips, and pea pods from the garden. So this is all I'm just gonna have for my lunch with this pretty delicious white rice. But I'm adding water. Cũng là món chết đây lo. Adding water. Rice with water, it's very typical in our Hmong meals and anyone can eat, adults and children. Tại món chết đây nè mà giờ ít tại món chỉ chia cha cho bé món bùa món nè. So, ooh. By the way, my water is cold from the fridge because it's hot today. Delicious. Just rice alone with water. Very delicious. So let's have some of these veggies, organic veggies. Okay, I'm just gonna dip into the chili peppers. So fresh and delicious also. Wow. Mint, cilantro, and spiculantro. Ooh. It's fresh. The herbs smell so good and so delicious. Oh my. Homegrown is the best. This is a very light, delicious, refreshing meal. Thank you very much for watching me living today, demonstrating how to steam white rice in the Hmong way. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.